Hi all, and welcome to a special episode of Radio D&D. In this sci-fi themed one-shot, our players seek to explore a mysterious realm of color and light. This is Voyage through the Chromatic Sea. Our explorers for this session are Ben playing as Ignatius Blaze, Casey playing as Lincoln O'Hare, Izzy playing as Sylvia Salt, and Maggie playing as Gwen Everock. We see four heroes walking down the launch strip. In slow motion, of course. There are big lights shining down on you guys, and they're sort of coming on row by row as they light up the track. And in the distance, you can see your beloved rowa ship, Intrepid.
No, we named it Airbnb, or we named it Bedford.
I'm so sorry.
Right?
You see your beloved ship. You see your beloved ship, Bedford. And as you guys are walking down the strip, photographers are taking pictures of you. What do each of you look like? Izzy, I'm assuming you as the captain would probably be, I don't know, would you be the type to walk in front of everyone, or are you walking alongside them?
I'll walk alongside them because she's quite quiet, understated. But she just looks like she has brown hair, just like a regular human with really plain clothes, like a monk, like monk's clothes, but then with a really ornate cloak, but not wearing it, but just like draped over one shoulder.
What's the expression on her face?
I guess pretty determined.
Next to her, we see a little bit shorter, a dwarf woman. Maggie, if you would explain your character and what her emotional state is like.
So she's tall for a dwarf, and she's got her long sword and a long red braid that's almost as long as her body. And she's just kind of looking around. She's like not really happy at all of the press or whatever attention in the photographs and stuff, and she's kind of just like looking at people, trying to like gauge them and gauge their intentions.
Yeah, they're all snapping pictures of you. You see like the flash go off from multiple different cameras, and you're just
probably scowling at every one of them.
Yeah, right. Ben, could you describe your character, please?
Ignatius Blaze is there's a bit of a sheen to his face. He's clearly not slept well. He seems to have realised that he's actually going on the expedition, which is great. No, it's wonderful. But he's trying to play it off, take it all in his stride, as it were. He's waving to the cameras, smiling, looking charming, thinking he's the real captain of this expedition in his own mind. But in reality, he is a little concerned as he doesn't really know what's happening, or really if he should be here. But oh well, got to die sometime.
That leaves Casey, your character.
I am 5'9". I'm like the average height for a human male. I've got like olive tan skin. I have brown hair that's like faded on the edges. Basically my haircut before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
I have these like dark brown boots, and then I have like this rust red mechanic like coveralls that you see. And it has Rainbow Odyssey Administration on the back of it, and on the front, like where you usually have like your pocket, it says O'Hare on it. And then I have a belt, and hanging off my belt is a light hammer and a pair of steampunk-esque goggles. And on my back, kind of like holding on to me like how a backpack would be, is my monkey Prime 8. And I'm waving at people. I'm super confident. I know what I'm doing. I've worked for one of their contract companies for 7 years. I'm getting paid heck of good money to be here.
And each of you do have your own sort of life-preserving Roa suit. It just fits over whatever else you're wearing. And there is a domed helmet that you put over top of it. This also protects any equipment you're wearing, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, we see the five of you, including Prime 8. We see the 5 of you walking down the strip. The side door of Bedford hisses as it opens up. You all step inside, the door closing as the last bits of flash photography, blind you. You all assume your seats. You hear the sort of like pre-launch checks over the intercom. Before you is the large ring, which will take you to the Chromatic Sea. Do any of you say anything before the launch?
I think Ignatius is very fidgety. There's like this. He's pulling the fluff out of the armrests of the chair he's on a little. Is everyone else feeling a little prematurely seasick? Perhaps. I think. Yes, I think I might be a little ill. Does anyone have any sort of medicine horse, something like that?
Sylvia's just going to ignore that and say, "Ready to launch?"
I'm like visibly more relaxed now that we're out of like all of the people and that it's just us on the ship and like no one else is like snapping our photo and stuff like that. So I just sit down and I'm like buckled up and ready to go.
As the pre-launch checks come to a close, you hear the start of a countdown. 10, 9, 8. You guys see the ring before you start to hum to life as it crackles with electric energy. Countdown continues. You guys feel the ship start to lurch forward as you're thrown back in your seats. You feel like almost your heart sink to your stomach as a dazzling rainbow of colors comes over the windshield. And with a zap, you guys vanish from the material plane.
Does it sound just like the Zap Train?
It sounds exactly like the Zap Train.
Is it just as sickening as the Zap Train?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
But thanks to your training, you guys have been able to steel yourselves against this sort of experience.
There are no floor drains?
There are no floor drains. And this time, instead of being on a predetermined course, you guys are drifting freely through the Chromatic Sea. Everything is dark when you enter, as clouds of black and purple color sort of swirl around you. And all of a sudden, a dazzling sort of light emerges as you guys are now looking into the Chromatic Sea. There's wisps and clouds of different colors sort of swirling about. You see in the distance this impossibly large, might be a landmass, might be a creature, you can't tell from here, but you are in a new realm entirely. The ignition kicks on as you guys feel that the ship lurch slightly, and you guys are now free to roam as you please.
So we can unbuckle.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. As soon as we can, Ignatius unbuckles himself from the seatbelt. Oh, well, that wasn't so bad. Are we all okay? No one was sick a little? No, that's good. That's good. Everyone okay?
Sylvia's just going to move straight over to the command deck and just have a look at all the measurements that are coming in, because she's just really excited about seeing what the environment's like outside the ship.
Readings are normal. Seems like it's stable weather conditions right now.
I'm going to unbuckle myself
Mm-hmm.
and be like, all right, everyone, just in case you guys didn't catch my name's Lincoln O'Hare. I'm going to go check on the engine, make sure everything's good, nothing's overheated. Let's go, my lady. And then I undo Primate's like seatbelt and put her on my back.
Yeah, so she makes an affirmative noise as she climbs onto your back. You guys see her little faceplate light up as she makes sound, and yeah, you walk away with her.
Yeah, I know the ride wasn't that rough. I was expecting it to be a lot worse. No, you can't eat anything. You don't have a mouth.
Oh, that's such a sad noise.
What does your character do, Maggie? What does Gwen do?
She unbuckles herself and just kind of starts to wander. I don't know, like explore the ship. Is there like a second level, like a downstairs or an upper level? Or is it just like one? What's the layout besides what we see here as like the footprint?
So there's it's a relatively small ship. There's the bridge, obviously, where the steering mechanisms are found. There's the engine room, and then the sort of like loading area. The loading area is a little lower than the bridge is.
Oh, yeah, I guess she kind of like just goes up towards like the steering area, like up to the bridge, just to see what's going on up there.
Does anyone else do anything for the time being, or Sylvia, you're just assuming the controls?
Yeah, I just want to see what the measurements like. So I guess no one's ever been here before, right?
The indicator does show that the outside is inhospitable to organic life forms.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
And I think you guys have been told this before. So if you guys are to be caught outside of this ship without your Roa suits on, your body will start to discorporate.
Sweet.
Meaning you become one with the Chromatic Sea, so to say.
Oh my gosh.
What ideal.
Ignatius Blaze is looking out the window, half wonder, half absolute fear.
Just knowing that small pane of glass is the only thing separating you.
I think when Gwen comes up to the viewport as well, Ignatius says, in training they told us this was 4 inches thick, this glass, but I've measured it, and I'll have you know it's 3.98. So that could mean life or death. Do you think Captain Salt's really? Do you think she's picked a bit of a dud of a ship here? I think the Bedford is it's a bit could be a bit sturdier.
I think if it was a dud, we would already be dead.
Yeah. Good point. Good talk. I think, James, did you say there's like a big mass further ahead, like a land mass or something like that?
Yeah, and it's sort of like moving through the swirling clouds. You can't make from here you can't make detail out on it specifically.
Perhaps Captain Salt better know something a bit more about this. Captain, should we move closer?
I'm gonna then look out the window because I've been so focused on the screens I haven't actually looked outside, and be like, oh yes, we should definitely go investigate that.
If you would like, Ignatius, you could make a perception check to be able to see it more clearly. In fact, anyone can make a perception check to be able to see it. So yeah, with an 18, you're able to see it. You can't make a lot of detail out of it, but the size of it, you know this is what the scientists refer to as a chromatic whale.
Ooh.
Though what they do and the sort of anatomy or biology of them is unknown to you.
Maybe we should head over, but leave like a bit of a wide berth.
How wide are we talking here? I mean, Lincoln should know how quick the engine should get us away, right? She should really be keeping us far away from the whale.
There is an intercom system that you can talk to the engine room from the bridge.
I will intercom Lincoln.
You hear a ton of like clanking noises, and I'll just be like,
Yeah? Lincoln, I believe the captain's spotted an enormous beast out there. A chromatic whale. Rather large. Quite deadly. Well, maybe not deadly as such, but... Are we able to get any closer, do you think, without risking our lives?
"What check would that be?"
It depend on what you're asking. If you're wanting to know the behavior of the chromatic whales, if you're wanting to know, it's
I
up
want to know like the nature of the animal, like if they're like known to be aggressive or anything.
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
Sweet. I got a crit fail. I got a 9 though.
A 9.
Yes.
With a 9, like I said, there's not much not much research can be done on these creatures just due to the fact they're in the Chromatic Sea. Scientists have been able to hear them with various like sonar tools, but from I guess Ignatius' view, it sort of is just moving passively through the Chromatic Sea. But you're not sure what would happen if you got too close to it.
All right.
Well, we haven't been able to study these creatures much, so I'm not quite sure of the nature. I think the best possible action we should take is probably staying a considerable distance away from the beast, just in case it's aggressive.
There's like a sigh of relief over the intercom.
Just as I suspected, just like I told the captain. Is everything all right down there? It sounds a little explosive-y. Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Brian, can you just hand me that monkey wrench, please? Thank you. Yes. I know you're the best.
So, Sylvia's still standing next to Ignatius, right?
Yeah, if you both are on the bridge.
Could you just look like really irritated with Ignatius? And then just say like, well, we're still going to move towards it anyway. And just like, but we'll give it a wide berth.
So as you're flying the ship, you notice a flock of creatures actually join you on your path. They have these long, sort of triangular, flat bodies as they're sort of like riding the currents of the Chromatic Sea. And they've got these long tendril-like tails that are sort of like whipping. And yeah, they all just sort of like fly next to you.
Are they a bit like stingrays?
They are.
Can we do a perception check, see if anyone's... Oh wait, what would it be? To know if anyone's like heard of them before and like investigations into it?
So you can see them fairly clearly. It would be an Arcana roll to know more about them.
I could, yeah, I'll give
I'll
that a go.
ask Ignatius if he knows what they are.
I got an 18.
Yeah, so these are also very passive creatures. Occasionally they will flock alongside chromatic whales. It might seem that they have mistaken your ship for one.
They should be fine, as long as they don't get into the systems or into the turbine. But, no, they're harmless. Harmless. They're harmless. Captain.
You make eye contact with one of them who just like looks at you through the screen.
It does that thing where it uses its tails to like point at its eyes and then point at me.
Can I be like quite glad that Ignatius knew what they were, but also still looking quite irritated with them? Even
Sure,
then,
yeah.
Like quite surprised.
That he knows anything.
I'm gonna walk back up and be like, all right, guys, have some news. The engine's melting. No, I'm kidding. All right, everything's good. Yep.
Funny joke. But it's not melting, right? Right?
Oh no, it's fine. Just trying to bring some laughs. I don't know, you seem kind of tense.
Well, I'll have you know, O'Hare, that I'm very well trained by the ROA. It's the top institution for adventures like this, and they wouldn't let me in if I wasn't skilled enough. So Thank you for your concern, but I think I'm just as professional as you. I think.
We don't say mean things. If it is true. And then I'm gonna blow. I'm chewing gum. I blow like a big bubble.
Is that what you use to repair the engine?
No! Yes, caught me. Anyway, I'll just be like, alright, we're all good. I'm gonna keep chewing my gum and smacking my lips. I'm gonna go sit down. I'm tired.
Well, Captain, it's up to you.
Yeah, I think we should move towards it. We're here to explore.
So you can definitely start piloting that way. It is like a very, very far distance away. Like I'm talking several, at least a mile away. As you guys are flying, you notice a sort of dark shadow fall over the ship. Immediately, you watch as the stingray-like creatures flock away, almost in fear.
Okay, can we stop here? And then can I go look at all the meters to see what's happened outside?
Temperatures are dropping. You also see that the electromagnetic levels of the air outside is rising.
Okay, can I turn to Lincoln and say, what does this mean for the ship?
What check would that be, James?
It would be Arcana.
Okay, cool. Thank God I chose Arcana.
Okay, so looking at the ship's meters, nothing is wrong with the ship. This seems to be an external source. They did mention, that there might be some electrical storm systems, and that seems to be what's causing this.
Okay. I prop my feet up on the dashboard, making sure not to hit any of the buttons. And I'll be like, oh, we're fine. We're just probably passing through, like, one of those electrical storms they told us about in training. And I'm gonna have a ball cap and put it over my face. I'll be like, just wake me up if you need me.
Sylvia, could you make a perception check for me?
Did I just misinform everyone?
Okay. So you notice this before it starts happening. You see a large, like, bubble-like creature with these sort of, like, electrical tendrils descend on your ship. You see electricity crackling between them as it starts to go to latch itself onto your ship.
So Sylvia just shouts like, strap in! And then just does like a big swerve.
Yeah, so you roll the ship, and these things, having lived here and due to their small size, are very well maneuverable in this sort of terrain. You hear them as they latch to the roof of your ship. You hear the sound of like electric as the wiring above you guys starts to spark as it seems they're attacking the ship.
I bowl up. I'm like, huh! Oh, swallowed my gum. Okay. Oh, this is not good. This is not what I thought this was.
I thought you said this was safe. Gwen, you're the muscle here. Go out and punch them or something.
Go out and punch them.
Yeah,
I know, I'm just like giving him the hardest side eye.
Oh, they're monstrous.
So there are 3 of them.
There are 3 of them. If everyone would select their tokens and roll initiative, please. The unknown aberrations get an 8. Lincoln, you get a 15.
Sweet.
Ooh, Sylvia, you got a 24.
I got a 17.
What's your aura of the Sentinel, Maggie? It looks like only Lincoln is going to benefit from it.
At the 7th level, you emit an aura of alertness while you aren't incapacitated. When you and any creatures of your choice within a 10 feet of you roll initiative, you all gain a bonus to initiative equal to your proficiency bonus.
And your proficiency bonus is 4?
Mine's 4.
So that means instead of a 17, you rolled a 21.
Oh, sweet.
And instead of Lincoln's 15, he got a 19. All right, Sylvia, you are first to act. What would you like to do?
So I'm already at the helm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I and I've told everyone to be strapped in their seats, can I just like try spin the ship round really fast to shake them off?
Yeah. Make your pilot roll for me.
So I got 21.
I will have them make dexterity checks to stay on. So one for each of them. Okay. So you successfully unlatch them. They're still like hovering over the ship, and they'll have to use their full round to get back to the ship. Gwen, it is your turn.
Just to clarify, they're hovering over us, but is there like a roof in between us and we can see them through there, or are they like...
You hear them. You can't see them where you are.
Okay.
There are 2 entrances on either side with ladders leading up to the roof.
Oh, so I could just like go up to the roof. How much movement would that take? 25 feet.
Yeah, you could move there, then up the ladder. 37.4 feet.
Shit, I don't know what my movement is.
Yours is 25 as a dwarf.
Okay.
So you could dash to get there.
I'm gonna do that.
You're not within attacking range of the aberration.
Sweet.
You're not within your attacking range of the aberration.
Oh, I see. Shit. I'll put myself there. Hopefully.
All right. So yeah, you run out the door. Instinctively, you all see like her about to hit the button. You all put on your domed helmets. They hiss as you like turn them into place. Yeah, the door opens as you feel the cold air even through your suit. And yeah, this jellyfish-like beast is attacking the ship. Lincoln, it is your turn.
I'm going to follow up behind Gwen.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look at Prime and I'll be like, "Let's go!" I use dash, but
Okay.
I still have a bonus action, and for that, I'm going to command Primate to. Wait, they're not attached to the ship though.
They're not attached to the ship, no.
Okay.
Like I said, they have to use their whole action this turn to get back to the ship.
Got you. Primate can get up there in one, like,
You
and
can
just
measure.
it's what 37.4, and her running speed's 40. I'm gonna have her come up behind the ladder with me, and I'm going to tell her to.
What are you telling it to?
So I'm going to tell it to prepare to attack if the one that is in front of us.
Gets in range.
Yes.
Gives you an affirmative. Ignatius, that's your turn.
Ignatius, a little stunned, goes last in the crew. He, come on, Iggy. Come on, Iggy. You can do this. Okay. And he's going to try and chase up on his side, up the stairs up here as well. Does that get me in view of any creatures?
Well, it depends on the route you want to take. Where they are is not actually respective to where they are on the ship because they got flung off. They're sort of like hovering above that area right now.
Okay, so I'll just get into the doorway, so just enough so that I can use my full movement and I don't have to dash in order to see them. I don't need to be close to them. He, breathing a little unsteadily, sees them. They're huge. Come on, Iggy. And he's breathing so erratically that it's starting to fog up the goldfish bowl.
Good.
But he doesn't need to see, because I'm going to cast Magic Missile at let's say 5th level. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7d4 plus 7 damage.
Which one are you targeting?
The southwards one. What's that? Southwest.
You cast your magic missile. You see, what does your magic missile look like?
It's sort of this colourful, starry strewn void that we're in. I imagine from these dots of light in the distance, there's this streaking noise, as though the magic missiles are being pulled from the starlight behind me, and then streak into actual threads of magic.
As your magic missiles near the aberration, you watch as its little like antennas start to like quiver as you hear this like discordant humming sound. The magic missiles, as if they were like being controlled, start scattering and like go haywire all over the place, missing the aberration.
Oh no!
As it casts shield as a reaction.
Oh, I'm going to use my last 10 feet to Ignatius hops off the ladder and moves 10 feet back inside, shouting,
Perfect.
Captain, I'm useless here. They have some sort of invulnerability. We're all lost. We're doomed.
The aberrations will use their movement and their action to dash back to where they were, and it comes within range of Prime 8's attack. You watch as they start to entangle their tendrils around the ship's outer components, as you see like electricity zapping from them. Prime 8 can do his attack. Her attack, I'm sorry.
She's a lady.
And what does her force-empowered rend look like as it slashes into this thing?
So their tentacle things are on the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think what it is just she has super sharp claws, so she like it's kind of like Wolverine, how he like moves his hands and his claws come out like that.
Sure.
But she does that with her hands, and she has super like long claws, kind of like Wolverine's brother. I think Wolverine's brother had super long, like sharp fingernails,
Mm-hmm.
and she's just gonna take a swipe. Got a 22.
5 force damage. Yeah, so it slashes across it. You see its like membrane quiver in sort of a negative response as its big bulbous head turns towards the little monkey.
Lincoln yells, "Oh, baby's first hit! I know you did so well!"
Sylvia, that's your turn.
Still sitting at the pilots,
Mm-hmm.
but now they're all on top. I don't think it'd be a good idea to try swirl.
Yeah, evasive maneuvers might be a little precarious at this point.
Has the ship got any weapons?
No external weapons.
Can the ship, if I leave, is the ship fine? Piloting
Yep.
itself.
It's
Sorry.
not gonna like, unless there's an external force, it's not gonna like just plummet into whatever.
Okay, great. Well, I might try get up to the top then. I've got 50 feet.
Oh yeah,
so
you can get up there without using your action, no problem.
Can I get to... Maybe I'll go to one of the two down at the bottom, because I feel like the other two are about to get a load of attacks. And I'm also going to put on my Cloak of Displacement, which means that there's 2 of me.
Attacks have disadvantage on you.
Yeah, so it's not they're not sure which one is actually me. So I'm just gonna get out my Staff of Striking. Oh yeah. So can I be there? And then I'll hit them with my Staff of Striking.
If you remember, this one did cast shield. Just letting you know that.
Oh, okay, I might do this one then.
That one is, however, 5 feet out of your hit range, unless you have ranged attacks.
Well, you attack twice, so I think you might be missing on that first one, but
Oh yeah. So I attacked twice, so
so you'd be missing on that first one, and then
yeah, and then I can hit again. Because I've got Flurry of Blows.
no,
sorry.
extra attack.
Extra attack.
And then I
yes.
think you can use a bonus action to spend key points to do Flurry of Blows.
Yeah. But I'll just do an extra attack for now, so
A 25 does hit.
You can spend up to 3 charges with the Staff of Striking to add a d6.
yeah.
for each.
I'm gonna add. I might add 3d6. So I've got 10 charges of this staff, and I can use up to 3 in one go. And for each charge, it's 1d6. Actually, I'll do 2d6.
I think you can wield it with 2 hands and make it do a d8. Is that the type of weapon it is?
Yeah, but I think I don't have proficiency.
Monks
You do as a
have
monk because it's a monk weapon. Just roll a d8 since you've already hit. I'll change it in the. Okay, so we'll use instead of 8 damage, it'll be 5 plus 4 plus 3.
Ooh.
And then you dealt 5 plus 4 plus 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I get it because it's a magic item. Gotcha. So 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 3 is 12, and then you wanted to expend some charges for it.
Oh yeah, I'll roll 2d6.
Okay.
One.
7 more damage. So yeah, you smack it a good one with your staff. You hear that low, discordant humming sound as it raises its tendrils from the ship and points them in your direction. It seems like you've gotten its attention. Did you want to use your bonus action, or you can use your bonus action to attack with an unarmed strike, or you can flurry of blows,
Which is 2 unarmed strikes, basically.
I might do 2 unarmed strikes.
So you can either spend a key point and do 2 of those, or you can just do 1 as a standard bonus action.
Yeah, I might do 2.
That's a crit,
And then a second.
and that's also a hit. So with the crit, you deal 13, and then with the other one, you deal 6.
That is why you're the captain.
Gwen, that brings it to your turn.
All right, so I was going to make a long sword attack on the one that I am closest to, but first, I was going to cast Thunderous Smite. The first time you hit with a melee weapon attack during this spell's duration, your weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you, and the attack deals an extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
All right. Your sword vibrates with thunderous energy. You can make a total of 2 attacks because you're 10th level, right?
Yes. Okay, so let's do...
The first one hits. So an additional 9.
One more attack.
25 also hits. For another 17. All right, Lincoln. What you doing?
Is it still attached to the ship?
It's now looking at Gwen, who seems to have heard it a tremendous deal.
But is it still attached to the ship, or is it like...
It's uncoiled its tendrils and is now poking them at you guys.
Okay. I don't know how I would have gotten this out. I don't know. I don't know how I would have pulled
Is your
that
great
out.
club just a giant monkey wrench?
Oh, no. It's a baseball bat.
Oh, good.
So I'll be like, well, guess it's time to play ball. And I somehow pull out a baseball bat, and I'm gonna stick my hand through my, Roa suit, into my, body.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna stick it up through my helmet, and I throw some gum into my mouth.
Good.
Specific reference is the big league chewing gum.
Yeah.
Be like, let's go. And then I'm gonna attack twice, because I have extra attack now.
The 14 does hit, yes. The 10 does not.
So I move up, take
Okay.
a swing with my baseball bat. It takes 7 bludgeoning damage.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell Primate, go ham.
And 18 hits, yes.
Sweet. 9 force damage.
All right.
That a girl. Oh, I'm so proud.
Ignatius, it's back to you. You hear your friends fighting up on deck, or up on top of the ship.
Seeing his captain dash past him with monk-like speed, Ignatius looks a little embarrassed. Come on. He's going to climb up on deck and join his comrades.
So you wanted to move right next to Lincoln there?
Yes. He reached into his ROA overalls and pulls out just a handle, just a hilt, and then breathing heavily, he activates it, which I think takes a bonus action. But then, like some sort of laser swords from a famous a movie franchise, a whitish yellow blade of light extends from the hilt. And I'm going to try and hit this guy.
Does Ignatius look proficient with this?
He is, because of his bloodline,
Okay.
because of his elvishness. But,
I didn't know if it was like Finn using a lightsaber in the first movie.
Well, let's see how I do, because it might very very well be that.
A 25 hits, yeah.
Oh dear. That's not great.
Right. 5 radiant damage.
It's very impressive up until he actually hits him.
Yeah, so you cut across it. It leaves like a scorch mark. It doesn't seem to like cry out in pain. It just seems to like reverberate angrily. And that brings it to the aberration's turn. So you guys watch as the aberration in front of you, as if it were like dissolving, vanishes from in front of you.
Oh.
And you see it appear over here.
Oh.
As it teleports out of your range. It joins its friends over by Sylvia. You watch this one as, like a dark storm cloud, mist starts emerging from its like undercarriage as it casts Fog Cloud. Fog Cloud is a 20-foot radius sphere. And it casts it. You guys just see this dark storm cloud emerge. Sylvia, you are blind, or you are considered blinded in this area. So this one had its turn. This one had its turn. This one, while you cannot see it, it's going to use its tendrils to lash out at you. It gets 2 of these attacks, and they're. So your cloak gives things disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Yeah.
Since you cannot see it, it gains advantage, so it's just a flat roll for it. What's your AC?
17.
Okay. Makes its first one, gets a 12. And its second one misses as well. So yeah, you hear this like crackling electric energy, zapping around you. Sylvia, that brings it to your turn. You can still hear them vaguely where they are.
I'm just going to quickly see if there's anything I can do about this fog.
I think if you tried to hit them, I assume, it would be a bit harder to hit because of the fog. But
so it's opaque. They're not hidden from you, so you still know their location. Attacking them will just have disadvantage.
Yeah, I might try that. I might try use my staff again.
You will still need to move within range of them for your staff. And which one are you attacking?
Middle one.
The nat 1 you rolled does miss it. The 17 would hit if it did not cast shield, which it does. You feel this almost like force as you bring your staff down on where it would be, but your staff just like slides against a force barrier as it impacts the ship.
Okay, so I might use Step of the Wind, so I can use 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action. So I'm gonna just dash in the opposite directions, the way I know they are. I'll dash
53.
just outside the fog.
Yeah, you guys watch Sylvia as she like sprints out from the fog cloud, as like the fog cloud is crackling with electric. Every now and then you can see their silhouettes inside the cloud.
Did you get them, Captain? You got them, right? They're gone.
Not yet. Maybe we should. If we all go back inside the ship, I might be able to throw them off.
Could be a good idea.
Moving the ship would definitely disperse the fog. That's for sure. Gwen, it's your turn.
So are we, should I engage in another attack, or are we trying to go back and, throw them off?
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, they have a turn before I'll be able to pilot the ship. We'll get back down.
So I'm going to cast Crusaders Mantle. Holy power radiates from you in an aura with a 30-foot radius, awakening boldness in friendly creatures. Until the spell ends, the aura moves with you, centered on you. While in the aura, each non-hostile creature, including you, deals an extra 1d4 radiant damage when it hits with a weapon attack.
What's the radius?
30 feet. So, everybody else should get some extra damage on their next attack. Well, everybody else who has a turn before.
All right. Is that the end of your turn then, or do you want to move closer to them?
So yeah, I'll just move.
Lincoln, it's your turn.
I'm going to prepare to head down. So I am going to take a step to the ladder. I'm going to, I don't know, you might not let me do this, but I think you're pretty chill about it. I'm going to take out my crossbow to shoot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Because I know sometimes, like, you have to, like, take an action to switch.
I'm not too... As long as you only do one swap, it can be like an MMORPG. You just hit the tab button and switch weapons.
Cool.
It's fine.
I'm going to take out my light crossbow to take a shot as I'm going to go down the ladder. And I'm going to do 2 attacks.
As long as you're not, like, switching, like, 50 times in a turn or, you know, I'm fine with just one weapon switch.
Okay, there are my 2 attacks. I got a 13 and a 20.
Which one are you attacking?
I'm going to... I mean, I can't see, can I?
You know they're vague locations. They're not hiding.
Oh, gotcha. I'm going to shoot the one in the middle.
Okay.
I thought he looked especially ugly.
The first one misses, but the second one does hit.
Sweet. They take 6. And then I'm going to head down the ladder with my turn.
Okay.
And just kind of get out of the way in the docking area. And then I'm going to tell Primate just to come down.
Did you deal the additional radiant damage, by the way, Casey?
I did not. What was it again?
1d4.
Oh, 1. So total, they take 7.
All right. Ignatius, what would you like to do?
So we're all headed downwards now, then, yeah? Or is, Gwen, are you still up on deck?
I'm still up on
Gwen
the
is...
deck.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will... I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on the fog cloud.
Ooh.
I ran all the way down.
Sorry. I know, that's why I was wondering, are we all going down or not? But Ignatius, he like puts his hands in the way of the fog cloud and tries to, almost from his perspective, wipe it away like it's, I don't know, pen on a marker board or something. He just...
Is it we just see it from your perspective? You hold up your hand and then you wipe your hand and it's gone?
Yeah, and there's huge finger smears of fog left.
Good. Yeah, so the fog does disperse. It's only a level 1 spell, and you're able to see the unknown apparitions again.
And then Ignatius says, Captain, I thought you said you dealt with them. They're still here. Following that, he's just going to head for the ladders. Coward that he is. To relative safety.
All right, that brings it to the aberration's turn. One of them is going to re-up Fog Cloud. I don't know why if I knew that was going to happen, but there we go, it's back up. It re-ups Fog Cloud, and the other 2 are going to begin draining the ship of its energy as they attack it. So the ship is an immobile object, so they just wedge their tendrils in. They get 4 attacks on the ship. So 4 attacks on the ship. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of them just barely hitting, but they do all hit. As the ship suffers... Yeah, with that, they eat through 48 HP of the ship. The ship is at 102 out of 150 now. And that brings it to Sylvia's turn.
Okay, so for my turn, can I move down to the pilot where I would pilot the ship from? And then I was going to say, can I hold... I don't know if I'm allowed to hold my action to see if... to wait until Gwen's down as well.
Yeah, you can run down there and hold your action. The trigger is waiting for everyone to be inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem. Gwen, that brings it to you. What would you like to do?
Let's see. It looks like everybody's heading out. Would it just be my whole action to dash down there, right?
Depends on how much movement you have. So you could get there with 21.
So I could make a final attack and then go inside.
Oh, yeah.
Am I close enough to make a javelin attack?
You're short range of all of them, so... But you can't see them, so it's still at disadvantage.
Okay. I'll aim, like, roughly for the center one.
Okay.
Like, for the center-ish of the cloud.
Oh, Jesus. Your nat 1 misses.
Rip. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, and with that, I go back inside.
Yeah, we can't see this, but, well, actually, we can. You loose your javelin. It comes out the other end of the cloud. And I don't think I've been saying this, but ammunition, once it's used, is like disintegrated, basically. You watch as your javelin comes undone in ravels or like threads of color.
Rip.
Is that the end of your turn, Gwen?
Yeah.
Sylvia, everyone is inside the ship now.
Okay, can I try swirl it again to like?
Sure can. Make that piloting check for me. Regardless, the fog cloud does disappear. All right. So they'll have to make dexterity checks of 20 to stay hooked on. Ooh, one nearly got it, but yeah. So they all come undone, and they'll have to use their next turn to get out or to get back to the ship. Lincoln, are you doing anything, or are you just strapping in?
So one of the items I have infused is called Boots of the Winding Path.
Mm-hmm.
So while wearing these boots, a creature can teleport up to 15 feet as a bonus action.
Okay.
Oh, but if I use that, I can't move Primate. Yeah, I'll just go back up. But I'm not going to use the boots because then I can't bring Primate. I'm just going to climb the ladder again. And I'm just going to take out my crossbow. I will shoot them again.
Okay. No disadvantage because you can clearly see them now.
Can we just assume that I reloaded? Or do I need to take my turn to reload it?
Well, loading just means that you can't attack more than once with it per turn. So the only thing the loading property does is ensures you can only attack with it once per turn.
So I can only attack once with it?
Yes.
Oh, whoops. Well, then that last time... Well, the last time...
It's fine.
Okay.
But yes, you may attack with it.
I got a crit success.
You're targeting the middle one?
Yes, I am.
Okay, don't forget to roll 2d4 for the radiant damage.
17.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'm going to have Total Primate to follow.
All right.
So she climbs up after me.
All right, Ignatius, that's your turn.
Just before Ignatius, I was just wondering, is Primate in his own jumpsuit as well?
She is. Not only does biological matter, when exposed to the environment out here, become disintegrated, but so does anything not protected.
Okay. I just think that's adorable, that's all. Just drawing Ignatius is going to pull out some moderately sized guns. He's going to head up, maybe just on the ladder, maybe just on top. And there's no fog cloud anymore, is there?
No, there's not.
In which case, he's going to cast Banishment on the rightmost one. He's also going to spend 3 sorcery points to give that target disadvantage on its saving throw.
Oh, nice.
60-foot range, one creature to move one creature to another plane of existence. If it's native to this plane, it's banished to a harmless demi-plane. I imagine there's, on Ignatius's father's desk, there's some sort of very small glass bowl that's just contained, just filled with weird little monsters and stuff as experiments. Cool. It gets transported there. While there, it's incapacitated for up to 1 minute. And yeah, after which it reappears.
Perfect. What kind of save does it need to make?
Is a good question. No, it's a charisma
I believe
save.
Yes. All right. With disadvantage, it gets an 8. So, what does your banishment look like?
So it's got its tendrils into the inner workings. Ignatius plants his hands, his rubber gloved hands on the hull of the ship, and there's almost a surge of arcane energy as it cartoonishly it sucks up all this energy and there's like a popping bubble sound as it seems to suck up so much it just evaporates and pops away. He's going to look triumphantly at Gwen and say, "See, magic, that's how you do it." Yes. And then he's going to leave down the ladders again.
As you leave down the ladder, I'm just like, that is one weird boy.
The aberration once again is going to re-up Fog Cloud as the other continues to drain the ship of its power. The ship is at 102 out of 150. One of them casts the Fog Cloud, and the other one is going to attack the ship once more. Both of them hitting. The ship taking 14 damage plus another 16 damage. The ship is now at 72 out of 150 HP. Sylvia, you were next.
Okay, so I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna go like in between them, and then I'm gonna try attack, but I guess with disadvantage
That is correct.
with my staff.
This one is going to use its last spell slot to a shield, so the first one misses. The 19, even with the shield, still hits.
Okay, great. So should I do the damage? But I'm also going to use Stunning Strike. So at 5th level, you can interfere with the key of an opponent's body. When you hit another creature, you can spend 1 key point to attempt a Stunning Strike. Basically, they have to succeed on a Constitution saving throw or be stunned.
Okay. What's your DC?
It's 15.
It gets a 17.
Oh, disaster.
So that's 12. Sylvia, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I might do the Flurry of Blows.
Okay.
So I can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes.
This one's AC, since you actually hit it, you know it's currently 19.
Can I hit one with one strike and one with the other?
You sure can, yeah. The 14, you're hitting which one with the 14?
The most injured one.
There's a chance you could kill it, so it's going to use its last spell slot to do a shield. So both of them do miss. Sylvia, roll an additional d4 for the radiant damage.
Ooh.
All right. Gwen, that's your turn.
I think I'm just gonna make an attack, and we're gonna see what happens because I can't see them. So I will move to do that.
A 15, because of the shield, misses.
No. All right.
Lincoln, that is your turn. What would you like to do?
Are they attached to the ship still?
Yep.
So I can still see the outline of it.
You know where it is.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna be like, well, alright, and I'm gonna run in with my baseball bat.
Okay.
I have switched out my crossbow to my baseball bat.
Okay.
And I will run in and take 2 hits on the one that looks like it's about to
Croak.
shit itself, yeah.
Well. All right. Make your attacks at disadvantage. A 13 and a 16 both miss.
Really? Ah!
It still has shield going.
Okay, cool. And I will tell Primate to follow up.
A 21, regardless of the shield, still hits.
Takes 10 force damage.
With that, you watch it as it, like a balloon, deflates and sort of just floats there lifelessly.
I'll see that it's like gone limp and I'll be like, that a girl. I'm so proud. Baby's first kill.
Ignatius, that is your turn.
Killed by a monkey, that is that is quite a claim. I might just dispel, if I dispel magic on the fog cloud, you guys won't have disadvantage. I think might be the best thing to do.
Once again, the fog cloud disappears.
It's more irrational, like he's angry that it's come back again. What? No, I said leave. Go away.
With the death of its friend, as it's all alone, it sort of like makes this sad, wavering sound as you see it like disperses as it teleports away. And you guys see it teleport into the distance. It teleports 60 feet away and then continues for another 40 feet. So it's currently 30 feet off the board. What do you guys do at this point? Do you continue to pelt it with things, or do you just let it go?
I'm happy to leave. I think we should take the one that we've killed and put it in the ship in case people want to.
For study.
Yeah, for finding out what the life forms are like.
You start lugging. It's actually, even though it's dead, it's still floating. It's very light, and like a semi helium filled balloon. You just kind of like bop it around as you carry it inside the ship.
I don't like that. I'm like very wary of this floating dead thing. I have a feeling like I'm gonna like walk into the like bathroom and someone will put the floating dead jellyfish in there to fuck with me.
We can keep attacking the other one if you want, but I think it's quite far now.
I think we should let it go. I guess. I don't know. It might bring friends.
Perhaps we best batten down the hatches, as it were. We've sustained quite a lot of damage, Captain. Lincoln, is there anything we can do to repair it?
Oh yeah, I got this. I'll look at Primate and I'll tell her to go get my toolbox. Like, oh, we'll have this fixed in a bit. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so maybe I'll take the dead one back down. Is there like a place we're storing?
Yeah, definitely.
We're gonna put the dead jellyfish in storage.
Lincoln, you're going to the top of the ship to start on repairs.
I'm staying on top of ship.
Mm-hmm.
I told Primate to go get my toolbox.
Okay, yeah. It runs into the ship and goes and grabs your things.
Oh, thank you. And then I'm going to go like look at the paneling and stuff of the ship.
You start to cast mending?
Yes.
Okay. And how long does mending take to cast?
Well, I was gonna wait for her to bring me my toolbox so I can like pry open the panels a little.
Does Ignatius say anything?
Yeah, I imagine once we're discussing repairing and moving on, I think Ignatius's back on top. He's sort of watching you carry out your repairs. Maybe as you're starting to pry open to see what the damage is, Ignatius is going to maybe look over your shoulder a little. Be very much the annoying viewer that you really don't want to be there. Oh, and put that one there. Oh, yes, exactly. That's just what I would have done in that place. Obviously, I would have done it a bit faster, to be frank with you. But well done. You're doing really good job, Mr. O'Hare.
So is Ignatius on top of the ship with Lincoln?
Yes.
I have a question for you as a player. Then, does Ignatius forget?
Does he forget?
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I do have mending as a spell as well. So I'll offer to sort of help give a hand if I can. If that's what you're saying, he's forgotten.
If you guys would move your characters where they would be respectively. So about 30 seconds into you casting mending, Ignatius, you hear a popping sound as you realize what I was asking you if you had forgotten.
Oh, what have I forgotten? Oh, I remember. Oh no! As the person comes in, he said, "Oh, there's something I'm forgetting. A minute of something. Something lasts for a minute. A certain something I've done lasts for a minute. Oh my lord!"
The jellyfish does appear.
It disappears for a full minute and then comes back. So yeah, I forgot.
You watch as it like hovers there, looming over you. You see it like reverberate slightly, and then its tentacles kind of like quiver as it teleports away as well, not seeing any of its friends nearby.
We scared that one off, didn't we? Lucky us.
This whole time I've been jamming with a Sony cassette player.
Oh, you didn't even notice it?
I didn't notice it. So I'm just like singing in my suit, humming a little, swaying. So I didn't even see it happen.
Ignatius chooses not to tell anyone about this ever.
So yeah, while you're storing the jellyfish, Sylvia, 10 minutes does go by, so I'll let you roll to repair some of the ship.
Cool.
What do you use for the dice to repair your Steel Defender?
It's 2d6 for the mending spell.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 2d6, and I'll add that to the ship's HP.
Got 5 health back.
All right, 5 more HP.
Mending takes a minute.
It takes a minute?
Yes.
Oh, then you can roll that 9 more times? I guess you would just roll 18d6s.
46.
All right, it gets 40. The ship gets 46 HP back.
Well, how much health? It didn't take that much damage, though, did it?
Oh, it did.
Did it? Oh,
Yeah.
what's the hell? How's it
It's at
looking?
123 out of 150 now. Sylvia, as you are packing up the jellyfish, you hear an alarm start to go off, and you see a red flashing light from the control panel.
Do I need to roll to know we need it?
No,
Well, first you have to go over. You're still in the storage area right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll go over to look at it. Where's it going to be? Is it going to be at the front?
Yep, along with the steering controls.
Do you take the big jellyfish with you?
No, stayed in storage.
Then in storage, right there. How did you just tie it down with its tendrils, or do you guys have like crates for storing organisms and stuff? And you just kind of like stuffed it in the crate.
There's a very small locker.
Yeah, like those big glass jars they used to use in the olden days for like specimens.
Perfect. So yeah, Sylvia, you go over to the control panel. You do see like the indicator light coming on, and you see on the sort of ship radar, there seems to be something like an abnormality in space.
Can I call everyone back down into the ship?
Yeah, you get on the intercom, which also plays externally. What do you say to everyone?
There's an abnormality. Get back inside. Is it 3-4B?
Ignatius says, "Oh, not a 3-4B. That's what's a 3-4B again? The primate got loose. Which one is it? Oh, we best head down."
Do I know which light is flashing? Is it like called a something dial or something like that?
It's probably like a gravity meter.
Okay. There's an abnormality with the gravity meter.
And as you guys like say, what is that code? Like, what's happening? You guys feel the ship begin to lurch. As out of your peripheral vision, Sylvia, you look and you see what seems to be like a spiral of dark clouds that seems to be sucking stuff in. And it seems to be sucking in the ship as well.
Okay, so is everyone inside now?
No, this is happening as they're on the roof fixing it.
How long is it going to take for people to get in?
Not more than like a turn.
Really, I just want to fly away. But are you guys going to head in, or?
I'll just be like, "You said something?"
Oh,
I'm gonna reach my hand in through my suit to take off my like headphones.
While Lincoln is doing that, behind him, Ignatius, you see this dark, spiraling cloud as even like at your clothes, it like starts to like pull the material in that direction. You see like a manta ray get like sucked in that direction as the ship is moving in towards it now.
Ignatius sort of taps on the back of your goldfish bowl helmet, Lincoln. Ding, 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 and then just points with a quivering finger at the circling black hole-like thing. I think maybe it's I think we should go inside.
I look up and I'm like, "Well, this is not in the training."
Well, the captain
And
said
then-
something about 3-4B, but I've read the blurb of the handbook. There's nothing on the back. We'd best get inside.
Primate is like slamming the toolbox on the ship and pointing into the ship as it like makes noises.
Yes, I know. Go ahead, and I'll finish.
It waddles away with the toolbox on its head.
You're doing a great job. And then I'm going to like put the panels back in place and stuff.
Okay.
I'll notice one bit's like dented and sticking up, and I take my like bat and like bash it to like make it stop.
Good.
All right, I think we're good.
Can we please go inside now? Please, as the vice captain, I like to think of myself, I'm in charge of safety of everyone here, really.
I have my headphones back on.
So yeah, Sylvia, as you take the controls, you realize it's going to be very difficult to steer out of this thing's pull. As the ship starts getting pulled in that direction, you guys notice like debris of like various forms like start to swirl around and actually start to like impact on the ship. Someone can go externally and destroy the debris by using any form of attack. They will need to use a pair of boots that are basically magnet boots that hold you to the ship, and the damage that you deal to the debris reduces the amount of damage the ship takes.
There's only one pair of boots?
Yeah.
That freaks me out.
Someone can
I'll go.
operate the... Yeah, Gwen starts strapping on the boots as like bits of debris start impacting the ship's hull. Someone can operate the engines and overload them. So the Roa ship's engines can be overloaded to help boost the ship away from the dark spiral. A player may make a tinkering check of 16 to give the pilot an additional d6 to add to a piloting check the round. A failed check results in the ship taking 10 damage. The person piloting the ship needs to make a piloting check. You need 5 out of 8 piloting checks to be successful. The DC for the piloting check is 18. The last roll is the navigator, who can calculate the escape vector needed for the ship. Making an Arcana check of 14 grants the pilot advantage on their piloting check.
Okay, so I'll make the Arcana check now.
Well, first the debris starts impacting the ship. So Maggie, you run up onto the ship.
Yep.
The ship is going to take 25 damage. You can make your attack rolls to destroy the debris, basically negating that damage. The AC of the debris is 14, so go ahead and make your attack rolls.
So I can use any weapon?
Yeah, you can even use your longsword. 24 hits.
Amazing.
And then you've still got a second attack, right? A 12 does not hit. What is with you in nat ones today? So you reduce the damage minus 15. You all hear Gwen as she's like slicing through the debris. You hear it impacting on the ship. Let's see. Ignatius, would you like to make your Arcana roll?
So this is to calculate the trajectory, the optimum path for escape velocity away from this, whatever it is.
That's correct.
Okay. Yeah. He cracks out his dusty old tomes and is going to start getting his sextants out, and I get 25. Oh, actually, I would get 15. This might be a bit cheeky, but I've got Tides of Chaos. I can, once per rest, gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. So could I have then used it for this roll?
It wouldn't help because the DC for the Arcana check to give advantage is a 14.
Oh, okay. Oh, well.
So, are you overloading the engines, Lincoln?
Yes, I am. I am running to the back.
You can also choose to do this, since there is like room for error, you can choose to do it after she makes her piloting check or before, whatever you want.
Well, I don't think it could hurt to just always do it before, right?
I mean, if you fail the check, the ship takes 10 damage.
I'll just do it.
Okay, make the tinkering check.
I told Lady Prime to go strap in.
Okay.
But she's in the back with me. I have like a little chair back there, basically a booster chair strapped to a wall. 15.
15 is not enough. You need a DC 16.
Oh my god. Sorry, guys.
That's why I said you can.
I learned
choose
my lesson.
To do it. You go to overload the engines. There's a gout of fire that bursts out, and you feel the ship take some damage. Sylvia, that brings it to you. That is your piloting check. You roll with advantage since Ignatius was able to calculate your escape vector. The first one you rolled was the 17. That is one fail.
Oh, is she within sight of me?
Oh yeah.
Can I do I'll use my bend luck abilities. I will spend 2 sorcery points to add a d4 to that roll.
Okay. So even with a 1, that is 1 success.
Yes.
All right. Second round. So that's 1 success out of 8. Maggie, the debris is still coming. Go ahead and make your attacks as the ship potentially takes 32 damage.
Yikes, yikes, yikes.
28 hits, reducing that to 16 damage. Make your second attack. 29 also hits. Reduce the damage completely.
Yes.
You're able to knock away all of the debris. You're running across the ship, slashing your sword through it. You guys see like flecks of debris hitting the windshield, but it doesn't feel like the ship takes any damage this round.
Amazing.
Ignatius, would you like to make your Arcana roll to calculate the trajectory for this round?
Calculations are done. Do I need to keep doing these calculations, or are the calculations sort of laid in place now?
You have to do it every round because the situation is consistently changing.
Okay. He's gonna take off that goldfish bowl helmet, crack out his arcane calculator,
Good.
and roll up his sleeves. Come on, Ignatius. It's your time to shine, as it were.
Ooh, that is not enough this time. You're not sure which direction the gravity is like pulling you in, as you don't have any navigating advice to give Sylvia this round.
You forgot to carry the 1.
Sylvia, if you would make your piloting check, not at advantage this time. It doesn't matter. You get that 27. That is 2 successes now.
I'm useless.
I mean, you may choose to overload the engines, but she's already succeeded at this point.
How far away are they from me?
Sylvia's 55 feet. Ignatius would be with Sylvia. Gwen is up on the roof.
Okay, so I'm going to decide to stay in the middle of the ship, so that way if I see her fail her turn, or if I see her fail the thing, I can run to the engines to make the check.
I mean, you guys are talking over the intercom.
I have an ability
I see.
I have an ability called Flash of Genius at 7th level. You gain the ability to come up with solutions under pressure when you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an ability check or saving throw. You can use your reaction to add your intelligence modifier to the roll.
Okay.
So I want to stay in the middle of the ship.
Sure. Yeah. As
I'll
long
be
as
like-
you have the movement to get there and back.
Lady probably could have said something. That makes perfect sense. God only knows what I'd be without you. So I run to the middle of the ship.
Next round, the ship is about to take 29 damage, Maggie. That hits. Okay, you reduce the damage to 19.
Oh, rip.
You love your nat ones today, don't you? The ship suffers 19 more damage. Ignatius, do you want to make your calculations?
Will do. 23.
That is enough. You can grant Sylvia advantage on her piloting check.
Of course, the answer is 3. 3! 3, Sylvia! 3!
Okay, I'll do my pilot check.
You have advantage. 17 is not enough.
I use my reaction for Flash of Genius and add 4.
Okay, how many times can you do that?
I can do it up to my intelligence modifier, which is 4.
Okay, so that is a 3rd success.
I'll be like, I don't know what anything means, but I think pressing that button would be a great idea.
Maggie, more debris coming.
Alright.
33 damage this time.
Oh my god.
21 hits, 15 damage, and then a 28 also hits. You reduce the damage to 2 this round. Ignatius, do you want to make your calculations? 15 is enough to give Sylvia advantage. Sylvia, do you want to make your piloting check at advantage? 25 is more than enough. That is 4 successes. You only need 1 more success to escape the dark spiral.
Since I don't get a turn, I'm just gonna look down the hall and be like, Prime, are you staying strapped in? Good.
This is potentially the last round. Maggie, the ship is going to take 31 damage. Make your attack rolls. 13 misses.
Does she happen to be within eyesight of me?
No, she's on top of the ship.
I'm alone up here.
But a 20 does hit. You reduce it to 15. Ignatius, make your calculations.
He's at the screen and he sees these. He's looking out at all the rocks that are smashing against the ship, and he imagines these tiny little micro cracks growing in the glass. And, I told them that it needs to be 4 inches. Just focus, Iggy, focus. And he makes the check again.
Yeah, with that, you're able to give Sylvia advantage. 24 is enough. You feel the ship break free from the dark spiral's pull. But yeah, you guys are flying free now. In the distance, you see the shape of the chromatic whale, hearing a sonorous call.
I'm going to wait for Gwen to get back down to take the boots to go up to mend the ship. How many times would you allow me to roll?
Depends on how long you're spending.
I'll try to do it quick. I'll be up there for like 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Roll 10d6.
Yeah. 29.
Yeah, you mend the ship for 29 more HP.
Cool. I'll come back down, take a second, wait for a few to see like if anything happens, like if it's safe to go back up to do another like mending session.
Yeah, it seems safe.
Cool.
At this point, you guys are no longer in immediate danger.
I would also just like to mend the ship until it's like completely.
I'd say you'd have plenty of time to do that, so you're able to repatch the ship back up to the preferred condition.
Cool, and then I go get Lady Prime 8 out of her strapped-in booster seat to the wall, and I'll bring her to the like front of the ship.
Tensions start to die down. You guys all breathe a sigh of relief.
I'm gonna take my hammer out and like whack the glass window and be like, "These suckers are tough, huh?"
Each time you whack it, Ignatius leaps out of his skin. No.
I would say you have plenty of time for a short rest, yes. I think key points recharge on short rests. Surprisingly, no one took damage. The only thing that was damaged was the ship. You guys continue to sail along in the Chromatic Sea, and you see in the distance this chromatic whale sort of floating there aimlessly. Is that the direction you're heading in?
Yeah, that sounds good. But with we won't ever get too close.
As you guys get closer and closer to it, you notice that it is actually not moving of its own volition. It's sort of just drifting there. Its eye is closed, and occasionally it'll release this like harmonious tone. You see these dark splotches covering its skin, as it seems to be in some form of decay. The dark spots will occasionally like break off like pieces of paper and then disintegrate into nothing. And as you guys get closer to it, it notices your presence, and it opens up this massive eye where you can see behind lies starlight and darkness.
Do we know? I mean, I suppose our knowledge is quite limited on these creatures, but this isn't normal. We take it, right?
Would you like to make an Arcana roll?
I would also like to make one.
Feel free, anyone who would like to make an Arcana roll. So, yeah, you guys are kind of looking at it. With no check at all, it's clear that this thing, whatever it is dying. I'm not sure how Lincoln would know this, but this doesn't seem to be natural. It seems to be dying of some sort of illness.
I had a dog once. I think that's how I know that this thing's sick.
Okay.
Did you see starlight in the dog's eyes as well? Did you?
You know, I think it probably saw starlight when it was dying, so I think it makes sense.
Gosh, you're clever. Is there a cure?
What would I roll for that?
I don't think you would know of a cure, or you don't even know what's afflicting this thing. And as you guys get closer to it, how close would you say you're getting, Sylvia?
Maybe like 60 feet.
This thing is the size of a city. It is not scalable with like D&D terms. And yeah, you like go near its head, and its like eyeball is several hundreds of like meters, I guess, in diameter.
Well, I don't think there's a way, or I don't know of a way, that we would be able to help this fella.
Does anyone know if we could communicate with him at all? Is he use sonar or something?
I
Any machinery that we could use?
I know a way that we could maybe attempt to learn what's happening in its brain and its soul, if any. I do know a certain spell. I've got Detect Thoughts. Let me just double check I'm not lying. No, I do have Detect Thoughts. Could I attempt to cast it on the creature?
What's the range of Detect Thoughts?
The range is self. Oh, and then you can focus your mind on any creature you can see within 30 feet.
So you would have to get a little closer to do so.
Oh, that freaks me out.
Oh, it's quite dangerous to be so close. It's up to... What do we think?
I think we should. Yeah, I think we should. I think it'd be interesting to know.
I think we should get closer.
Well, if it starts fighting us, Gwen, then you're the muscle, right? You can fight it off, yes?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll pilot it 30 feet closer.
All right. So you get in range. It opens its mouth once more, and you hear this low, sonorous tone that seems to rock the ship you guys are in. As it gazes at you with like a milky sort of weak eye, you see like the lights in its eye starting to fade. Ignatius, you cast your spell as you see it like close its eye, allowing the connection. You see what it looked like in its prime, in dazzling colors, as it carved through the skies, leaving behind trails of cloud. And then you see like a bolt of lightning in the distance as it strikes the whale. You see dark patches grow over its skin as it wails in pain, and it opens its mouth where you see the electricity crackling from within.
This whale was struck by a bolt of lightning. It damaged it more than it could heal. Remember, or in its mind, does it see where the lightning came from?
No, it seemed to like strike suddenly, but it seems to imply that the lightning is now destroying it from within.
I don't think the energy left it. It's still tearing it apart from inside. This beast it's dying, but it's dying as we speak. It's being torn apart. I don't know what we do.
Does anyone have anything that could heal it at all? Or do you think we should, like, is there any device we have that could take a photo of it for records?
Maggie, you do have your lay on hands ability, but you'd have to touch it.
How would I get over there to do lay on hands?
I also have cure wounds, but like...
I think with your lay on hands, you can cure any one disease using 5 points. So if you were to stand on like the the top of the ship as Sylvia piloted you towards there, you'd be able to touch it.
Yeah, we could try to do that. I'd wear your magnetic boots to make sure you don't fly off.
I think we should try it.
Yeah, why not?
Also, if you do fall off, I can. I've got a way of pulling you back as well. If you do fall.
Cool. I totally trust you. Let's do it.
I think I've got a way, but we'll just see.
Yeah, cool. Let's just go for it.
So you get up on top of the ship as Sylvia starts to move it into position. You hold. No, there's no like immediate threat or anything. You can do this as patiently as you need. But yeah, Sylvia moves the ship into position as you hold up your hand, looking at its diseased exterior. You use your lay on hands to cure it.
Yes.
Where you touch it on the whale, you see in a small circle around it as it begins to heal the whale, turning it to its vibrant chromatic color. You feel like a jolt of electricity as you hear or you feel this angry presence in your mind as immediately the disease starts to revert, closing back on the area you healed.
Oh no.
I'll go on the intercom and say, "Did it work? How's it going up there?"
It's not working. It's not working at all. Every place I heal just becomes diseased again.
Oh, bother. Have you trying really hard? He says, shrugging at the intercom.
Yeah, I've definitely tried that.
Oh, well, I'm out of ideas.
Oh my god, incredibly helpful.
Ignatius, would you like to make an insight check to have further understood this creature's intentions?
I will try with my hot +0 to this roll.
Okay. Well,
I got a natural 20.
A nat 20 will get you there. As you think back about what it was showing you, it showed you electricity crackling inside of it. It seems that whatever is killing this thing is taking up residence inside, and the whale, the only way to save the whale is by going inside of it.
Yes.
I realise I have that Sherlock Holmes moment. Captain, I think we need to go inside it. Whatever's killing it, it's inside it.
Can I look really suspicious of this information because he's been a complete fool? And then I'll go I guess that does make sense. What does everybody else think?
Let's go. I think it would be nice to help this creature.
Okay, do I need to do a check to be able to fly in? Is his mouth open or?
As Ignatius, as you come to this realization and you say this out loud, as if the whale could read your mind, it slowly opens its large mouth. To answer your question, no, Sylvia, you can just fly this thing in there. There's nothing impeding you, so to say.
Okay, great. So yeah, is everyone up for going inside?
Heck yes. I definitely want to magic school bus this.
Okay.
We're going to learn about the digestive tract of an enormous space whale.
As you start to pilot the ship towards its mouth, you look inside and you can see just like a black void, as if the inside of this whale isn't biological, as if it's another dimension entirely.
As in, naturally, it's another dimension entirely inside it. As in, it's part of its biological structure. All of that is what the lightning is.
You do see sparks of electricity crackling from within, but It seems that this, whatever it is part of the whale's anatomy. They seem to carry around like their own dimension from within them.
Well, I must admit, I didn't look at I didn't really study the handbook for whale surgery, but Captain, is there any sort of handbook for this?
I wouldn't say so.
I'm gonna pat you on the shoulder. My man, this was 200%, without a doubt, not in the handbook. And I'm just gonna like look out there and just stare.
Mhm.
Guess we better get to work. Is there a place that looks particularly lightning-y?
So, as you begin to pilot the ship inside, you guys are enveloped in total darkness. It's a bit like looking at the night sky, but with no stars. As you guys continue on for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. You see distant lights start to come into view, almost twinkling like these white stardust colors. And as you guys drift by, you look out and you see these stars are actually a lot closer, and they actually don't look like stars at all. They resemble crystalline rocks of some sort, shining like diamonds.
Oh, should I do like detect magic to try and see what exactly it is?
So, as you take a look at these crystals, they do appear to be magical in nature. They are comprised of pure creation magic with no impurities at all, just pure diamond. And they are like U-sized. And they're sort of like in this multi-pronged crystalline formation, as if these were stars themselves.
Do they look like out of place? Do they look like they've been ingested and that's what's... Or do they look when...
They're just sort of floating about as you guys pass through them. You guys like start to near one, and it sort of like moves out of your way as if it has its own field around it.
Ignatius is going to sort of try and track the lightning. Is it emanating from any of these, or is this it's an external effect?
You do see in the distance there seems to be a core or a central mass made of rock or stone. You're not sure what, but you see like an occasional lightning bolt stray from it.
Maybe he lowers his he's got like Lincoln has these goggles. Ignatius has some non-magical variants, or maybe some full moon spectacles. He lowers them and blinks a little. Captain, I think the problem, the issue, it's dead ahead.
Does anyone have any... I don't know. What could you use against lightning?
I've got dispel magic. Maybe we could give it a go.
Ooh.
I also have a certain spell. If we can get close enough, I could be able to. We could perhaps tow it out. I have a spell that can pull it with us behind it.
That is a very good idea. Yes, let's try to do that. Do you want to try... So you don't need to be in contact with it to attach yourself to it?
No, I can put. It's quite complex, really. I learned at the academy. It's called a gravity loop. But anyway, I can telekinetically move it with us, dragging it out, if possible, out of the whale itself.
I think I misrepresented the spherical cluster of stone, like intertwined stone, is massive.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Can we just make the whale throw up?
It does not appear to have a uvula that you can find.
So even if I were to do like an Arcana check or something, it would be useless because this is all like new information.
It seems like you would need to get a closer inspection. The circular or spherical cluster of rock does have holes in it. It's like tangled up. If you were to have like strips of earth and then like wrap them in a ball, that's what this looks like. You could theoretically fly in between the cracks inside.
Oh, it's absolutely massive then, like a small moon.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
Okay.
can't telekinetically move. Sorry, Captain.
I just give him a pat on the back. It's nice to see you trying.
Oh, it is nice, isn't it?
So does anyone have? So it's lightning. It's got lightning around it.
Will we safely be able to go closer to it?
It seems like sporadically letting off electrical bolts in different places. You would probably be okay. It seems pretty random.
Okay. Yeah.
Should we fly closer?
Yeah, I think we should fly closer.
Okay. Well, it's up to you, Captain. If you think it's worth the risk.
Yeah, I think we should head over. Maybe you could try dispel magic. I don't think it's magic though. I think it's just a.
It's worth a try, perhaps.
Yeah. Right. I guess what's the range of that? We'd have to get closer.
We'd have to head it. You'd have to pilot us closer. Yeah.
Yeah. Does everyone
Okay.
agree?
Let's
Yeah.
do it.
So as you get closer to it, you get the sheer size of this thing. You notice that the meters on the dashboard are returning to almost levels of the material plane. It's not quite there yet, but it seems like this thing has an atmosphere of some sort. It might be hospitable to you.
Okay. Can we try land on it, or can we just keep checking the meters as we get closer and closer?
Yeah, so as you get closer and closer, the meters do like start to read normal, normal for the material plane readings. You can land on the outside of this thing, or you can go inside.
I think we should go inside. Does everyone agree?
Let's do it.
All right, so you fly in as it starts to get darker and darker until the cracks in the stone become so small that your ship can no longer navigate through them. It appears that you'll need to continue on foot at this point.
Alrighty. I throw my Roa suit back on.
While within, the readings are completely equivalent to that of the material plane.
Is that including like breathable air as well?
Yes, it is.
Alright, well, I don't trust it. This is really crappy of me. Hey, lady. Will you go out there? Okay.
She walks outside, does a little dance,
Huh.
picks up a rock and throws it as it drifts into the empty space.
Huh. You didn't die. Yeah, I know, that was really rude of me. I know I owe you $10. Yeah, I guess we're good.
$2?
No, $10.
$10, okay. That's a little better.
She wants to buy a banana plush.
It's like 5 times as good. Yeah, so what do you guys do?
I'm gonna go out.
Okay.
I'll follow lady.
The gravity is a little different here. It's probably about half of what it is in the material plane.
Oh, so I can jump super high.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Ignatius walks out crouching, very, very afraid that he'll drift away.
And then, yeah, you guys hear the crackle of energy from further within.
Okay, I think we should head that way. Are we still bringing our suits in case when we get to the thing it's dangerous?
I think we're still wearing the suits.
Okay, we just don't necessarily have to wear the helmet all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, should we head towards it?
So it's up to you, Captain.
Okay, I'll just start walking towards it and drag him along a bit so he...
I'll see that it's super dark, and I will give her a pair of the goggles, the night vision goggles that I have.
Perfect.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Sylvia, I will give you dark vision.
I'll be like, they have straps on them too, so you can make them tighter or bigger. It was really innovative.
Yeah.
Wow, so high tech. So can everyone see in the dark now?
Yeah, I believe everyone can see in the dark.
Yeah. So I'll turn to the other two and ask them their opinion, but I'm just gonna drag Ignatius along.
Oh yeah, I'm following, and I'm telling Primate to stop throwing rocks. I give her the $10 then.
Good.
You try and give her the $10, but it floats away.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh shoot, that's a lot of money.
That's all I got paid for this job.
Paid me up front, and I was dumb and didn't leave the money in the bank.
So, how are you guys proceeding?
I'm probably in the back with Primate.
Okay.
I have to stop every so often and tell her to stop throwing rocks.
I'll go in front, but can I do perception checks every now and then just to have a stop and look around?
Yeah. Make a perception check for me. So as you proceed, you look into this central cave as you see the outline as it zaps with electrical energy. You see this outline of this multi-legged serpent as it vanishes from your view.
Oh, no thanks.
Whoa.
That is not ideal.
I think we should go forward. I feel like we're gonna have to kill this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
Or girl.
Who's stepping forward first?
I will. Oh, wait.
No, you are welcome to go first.
I'll be like, well, Primate, since you went out first, I think it's my turn to go. I'll take a few steps. And I'll be like, you stay with the rest of the group, you hear?
So you get there. Could you roll a stealth check for me as
Oh,
you're sneaking
no.
forwards?
I didn't know I was sneaking.
Well,
forward.
it doesn't matter. I mean, if you're not, then that's fine too.
I mean,
but-
I have disadvantage.
Okay.
I got an 8.
An 8 is not enough.
I trip over a rock.
So yeah, you trip, fall on your face, scrape yourself back up, and you hear this low hiss as you hear from the bowels of this chamber something moving.
That does not sound good.
If everyone would please select your tokens and roll initiative, please.
I mean, that's pretty bad for a monk, to be fair.
I got a 19.
Don't forget, Lincoln is the only one who doesn't get to add this, but everyone else add 4 to your initiative. So Sylvia, you get a 17. Ignatius, you get an 8.
Perfect.
And Gwen gets a 19. So that starts out with Gwen.
Can I cast Daylight? A 60-foot radius sphere of light spreads out from a point you choose within range. The sphere is bright light, but then it sheds a dim light for an additional 60 feet.
Okay.
Choose a point on an object you are holding, or one that isn't being worn or carried. The light shines from the object and moves with it.
So 60 feet, bright light.
Yeah, can I just cast it? I was gonna cast it on my longsword so that it would move with us.
We can do that.
Alright, let's do that. Lasts for an hour.
And it is not concentration. You still have your movement?
I'll just move so that the light is at the front.
Lincoln, that's your turn.
I'm going to walk out further to see if I can, get an eye on it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna walk further through the cavern. So I'll walk 30 feet. Do I see it?
I need to make a roll real fast.
This is it, guys. I die.
Could you please make a perception check? Pretty good.
I got an 18.
So, though it was trying to hide, you don't see it, and that's because it's invisible. You know where it is, though.
I was gonna choose the spell See Invisibility.
Oh,
I'm
that
pissed.
sucks.
Oh no.
Shoot. Okay.
I
Well.
am going to reveal it to you just because you know its location,
Okay. Cool. I know what I'm gonna do.
but you cannot see it. So if you're casting any spells,
Well, I have the spell called Grease.
okay,
The spellcasting component is a bit of pork rind or butter.
okay,
My intention
It's a range of 60 feet. This is up to you. I'm supposed to throw it on the ground
Uh-huh.
to make tough or difficult terrain, but I want to throw it at it.
Okay.
That way I can see a portion of it because it is covered in butter.
Well, once it's coated in something, that's considered it wearing it, and anything it's wearing also turns invisible.
Never mind.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll use blur on myself.
All right.
So your body becomes blurred, shifting and wavering to all who can see you. For the duration, any creature has disadvantage on attack rolls against you. An attack is immune to this effect if it doesn't rely on sight, as with blind sight, or can see through illusions, as with true sight.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
And
tell Primate to come up to me. And she'll stand behind me.
Anyway, Sylvia, that's your turn.
So I can teleport into a place of darkness. It's a bit risky, really. So I could teleport into the blue area. Do you think that's a good idea or bad?
I'd say risk it.
Do you have to teleport from a point in darkness?
When you are in dim light or darkness, as a bonus action, you can teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space. You can see that is also in dim light or darkness. So are we in darkness now? It's just we can see in it? Or is there
No,
light?
Gwen has daylight on her sword. There is a bit of darkness here, though, that's being, blocked by the light.
Okay, yeah. I might try that. Do you think that's crazy?
What, so you think move to that dark spot and then
teleport into
Yeah,
it?
we'll see more. Definitely
Yeah,
worth it.
I'm gonna try that. So I can teleport 60 feet, right?
Yes, but it has to be to an area that is in dim light or darkness. And you have
Okay.
to be able to see it as well.
I might just teleport straight down the thing that I'm in now. So can I teleport there?
Yes, because that is being blocked. That is darkness created by the light. So yes, you can teleport there. Could you have Sylvia make a perception check for me? You know where it is. This creature is not actually visible. It is invisible, but you can see where it is, in the water. There's also clusters of what look like diamonds on the wall. You still have your action, don't you?
So I can run over the water and try attacking. Do people think that's a good idea?
Yeah. The water about here is just like a puddle. It's not even any kind of difficult terrain at all.
Okay, yeah, I'll move there. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'll attack him with my Staff of Striking.
Okay. You do have disadvantage since he is invisible. A 17 is not enough to hit this.
Oh, no.
That terrifies me.
Crazy.
And it's called the Parasitic Serpent, and I'm right next to it.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
All right, that brings it to its turn. Let's see. It makes 2 attacks, one with its bite and one to constrict. I'm going to read that as it has to bite first and then constrict. So,
Can I say that I'm wearing my cloak so that there's 2 of me?
oh,
you're-
yes.
So it's someone that's invisible fighting someone that.
There are 2 of me.
So the first attack, actually these are just regular attacks because it's invisible. Bite is a 15, and then it's going to constrict you for 28.
Jesus.
That hits.
All right, and you are now grappled. And while you're grappled in this way, you are restrained. The escape DC is 16. That doesn't really matter to someone who can teleport, though. So you take 13 bludgeoning and an additional 8 slashing damage as it wraps its tail around you and then extrudes its long talon-like legs as it scratches you up. But that's the end of its turn. Ignatius Blaze, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Oh, what do I want to do? So I'm as far back can be. I'm just gonna move on in. I saw the captain go down this way, so I'm going to follow the captain. I am going to To hell with it. I'll cast Dimension Door to teleport up to 500 feet away. I can also take someone with me, actually. Oh, damn, I should have been smart. I'll hold my action and say, Gwen, if you want to teleport over to that pool of water, grab hold of me, and I'll take us both over there.
I grab hold.
I'll try and teleport if that's all right.
It sure is, yeah. You have to be within 5 feet of Gwen, though, right?
Yeah, I've just used all my movement, though, so if on Gwen's turn she can move close to me, I'll hold my action until that's happened. Then I'll Dimension Door us both.
Which works out because, Gwen, it's your turn next. So immediately when you get there, so that's 10 feet of your movement. Ignatius, where would you like to teleport?
I will move there.
Okay.
I'll move 10 feet down so Gwen doesn't end up in the drink. There we go.
She ends up right there.
I'm on relatively dry land as well as I finish and say, perfect.
Yeah, Gwen, you're about up to your knees right now. And yeah, there's you can't see it, but it has definitely come out of hiding now that it's attacking. It's currently invisible right now.
But do I know roughly where it is?
You know where it is.
Okay.
Yep.
How deep is the deepest point?
It's difficult terrain where you are right now. And then it's just continually difficult terrain past this little shallow part.
Okay.
So you're moving at half speed, basically.
Can I move out of? I want to move out of the a little out of the water.
Yep, it'd be 10 feet just to move out.
And then I'll just make real quick. I'll make like a little. This is my third javelin attack.
Okay.
See if I can hit anything.
A 28 and a 29 both hit. Yeah. And you deal it 9 piercing damage as your javelin embeds itself. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw to continue the invisibility, which it just barely succeeds.
Oof.
It needed exactly a 10. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
Lincoln, that brings it to you.
Is the thing in front of me a pit?
Yep.
I gotta run around.
Jumping distance in this realm is doubled, as well as falling damage is cut in half.
How far is the pit?
The pit is 20 feet across.
And how deep does it look?
It looks to be 100 feet deep. What's your strength score?
It's 14.
You could easily jump over that.
Cool.
If you got a running start.
Cool. I'll back up. Take a run start to jump over. I'm just gonna tell Primate to run
Do
around.
the same.
Oh yeah, her strength's 14. Cool. Was that my total action?
That was your whole movement.
I'll use my bonus action to tell her to move up then. So she still has she used half her movement.
No, she used her whole movement, but she can use a dash action to move again.
Can I teleport away, but I'm still quite close to him? So that I can.
You can only teleport if you are in dim light or darkness, correct?
Yeah.
Currently, Gwen's daylight is shedding bright light on you.
Okay, so I'm trapped. Let me think. So wait, did I roll to escape?
You can either use an action to escape the grapple, or you can just attack while you're restrained. Attacking while you're restrained is at disadvantage.
So
Yeah, I might as well just attack while I'm restrained. Although he's gonna nab me again, isn't he?
that's up to you.
So at disadvantage, the 13 misses.
Oh, Jesus.
Similarly, the nat 1 misses.
I'm gonna do flurry of blows.
Two 13s, both of those miss.
This is a nightmare.
That brings it to the Parasitic Serpent's turn. While you are restrained, let's see. The serpent makes 1 bite attack against a medium or smaller target that it is grappling. If the attack hits, the target is also swallowed, and the grapple ends. So it's going to bite at you. This one is regular because you're restrained, but also you're using your Displacer Cloak. It gets a nat 20.
Oh, Jesus. I am so dead.
You take 25 plus another 17, so that's 35, 42.
Oh my
42.
goodness.
Jesus.
And you guys watch as this thing swallows Sylvia whole.
That's not good news at all.
Let's see.
Those are your last words as well. This isn't good news at all.
So, let's see. While swallowed, the target is blinded and restrained. It has total cover against attacks and other effects. And it takes 2d6 acid damage at the start of each of the serpent's turns. Okay. So that's its first attack. You guys watch Sylvia as she disappears. She effectively turns invisible with it. And then it slithers over to you, Gwen.
We're dead. Bye, guys.
And it's going to make it a second constrict attack on you. It is invisible, so it has advantage on this.
Okay.
But I don't think a 19 is enough to hit you either.
No, it's not.
So it misses. Ignatius, it is your turn.
I'm just reading up on the rules on banishment. If hypothetically one were to banish the snake, what would happen to the things inside the snake? Does Ignatius know, or a case of see what happens?
Could you read the description for me, please?
You attempt to send one creature that you can see within range to another plane of existence.
That's it, right there. One creature.
Okay, I will give that a go.
Yes.
All right.
I'm going to cast banishment. I'm going to spend 3 sorcery points, so it has disadvantage.
Do you need to see the creature in order to banish it?
I do.
Okay, it is currently invisible.
Who?
Oh no. Oh, okay. Well, good point.
Can you throw some dust?
But the moment it becomes visible, you are able to do that.
So yeah, could I hold my action until it? Is it flashing in and out of visibility when it attacks, or is it just always visible? Invisible.
So it has to become visible again to attack, but then it uses its bonus action to turn invisible once again.
Okay. Well, Ignatius is going to hold his action. As soon as it becomes visible, he's going to cast banishment and use sorcery points to give it disadvantage. And he's saying under his breath, hold on, Captain, just a little bit, just 1 second, 1 second.
Do you want to move further away?
Yeah, he's backing up.
Okay.
He doesn't want he'll back up to the edge of the pit just there, if that's all right.
Gwen, it is your turn.
So it's still invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna cast Moonbeam.
And it will take that at the start of its next turn.
Yep.
Lincoln, that's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna cast Aid.
Okay.
It'll give us each 5 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Up to 3 creatures. Oh, okay, that works. So I can't see Sylvia.
No, she's inside of the serpent. So each of you get 5 additional temporary hit points?
Yes. And then...
Wait, no, it says each target's hit point maximum and current hit points increased by 5.
Oh,
I was just going to say, I take it Sylvia is not increasing her hit point max.
No, she can't be. She's not targeted because no one can see her.
She's beyond help at this point.
I'll tell Primate. So I'm assuming we can see where it's resting in the water.
Yeah, you know where it is. It's just invisible.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Primate to attack.
Okay, attack with disadvantage. A 19 is enough to hit it.
Sweet. 9 force damage.
All right, it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. It's still invisible. Sylvia, I don't think there's anything you can do while inside of it. It says, while swallowed, the creature is blinded and restrained. So that means you can still make your attacks. They're just at the disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I think that's my only chance, really.
Those will both hit, even at disadvantage.
Yes, that is brilliant. Okay, so now that I've actually hit him, I can add some d6s to my hits.
Oh, with your staff of striking.
Yeah, so I'll roll first, and then I can add. How many d6s can I add?
Up to 3, and a d6 for each.
Up to 3 per hit.
Oh, good question. When you hit with a melee attack, so yeah, from the writing, it looks like you can add per hit
As long as
up
it-
to 3.
As long as it doesn't say once per turn, you're fine.
When you hit with a melee attack using it, you can expend up to 3 of its charges.
I think it just says you can basically use 3 charges per hit. But you'd
Yep,
have
that
10.
makes sense.
So I'll roll 66.
19. Okay, it needs to make 2 Constitution saves. The first one is 9 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 is 20. So the DC for that is 10. It fails. It becomes visible.
Yes.
Huzzah! It then has
Um,
charisma saving throw with disadvantage.
well, I don't know what a nat 1 gets me.
So it's still gone for a minute, I'm afraid. So
Ignatius, could you make an intelligence check for me?
16.
With a 16, it's possible that this inner dimension that the whale has created is not its native plane.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay. So, from Ignatius's knowledge of the banishment spell, he said, "I'm not sure, but I think it's not coming back. It's not from here. It's gone. It's gone. Captain, are you okay? Captain Salt, are you still there?"
So I just popped into where he used to be.
Actually, what happens is it vanishes and you fall into the water,
Oh,
right,
great.
right where you would have been in its stomach.
At least I'll be clean.
Yeah, true.
I'm covered in all sorts of gunk. Do I need to do anything to make sure I don't drown?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I fine?
Nope, you're fine. You do realize that this water, whatever, it doesn't actually seem like water. It's of a sort of silvery whitish color. It looks like liquid, like if you were to take a diamond and make it into liquid. And it also seems like the vital fluids of the whale itself.
Just cure the water. Can we do that?
Well, immediately when the creature disappears, you all hear around you the cavern like shakes as debris starts to fall down. You see like colors start to return to the rock around you as like the diamonds around you guys light up with color. As long as Ignatius maintains his concentration, it seems as though you guys have cured the whale.
Sweet. I will remain vigilant until the required time has passed.
Okay, a minute passes. The creature does not return.
Sweet. Okay. All in a day's work. I'm gonna throw more chewing gum in my mouth till Prime to come on, and I'm gonna have her latch around my back like a backpack.
Okay, note to self: give the creature legendary resistance next time.
Oh.
I was just the only reason I actually picked banishment was as a safety net for our characters in case we got really badly stranded and I'd have to start saying,
Oh, that's
okay,
amazing.
let's go back home, and then
Yeah, you guys leave the cave as you all board back into your ship. Do you guys take any of the diamonds with you, or do you leave them be?
I'll probably pick up like a small one.
They're embedded into the wall, so you'd have to like chisel them out.
Wait, I have extra strength. I could chisel all of us diamonds.
Sweet.
I don't know what I would like do to do that, but
I think with like everyone's arcana checks and like sort of like intuition, you would realize that these diamonds, while beautiful, they are also the what facilitate the life of this creature.
Oh, I'm not taking it.
Oh no! Okay. No diamonds.
But yeah, you all exit the cave and drift back out into the empty void of space. You see the diamonds as they glitter a little brighter. Like the sun, you guys see this blinding light as you realize it's the mouth of a whale, and you guys emerge out of it. As you guys emerge out of the whale, you guys watch as it sheds its decaying skin. The lights in its eyes sparkle with new life as it bursts in a vibrant, like, color aurora borealis around it. It seems whatever was inside it was killing it from within.
I shed a tear, and then I'm like, "You helped do that." As I talk to Prime.
The true hero.
I know, you should be very proud of yourself.
And as you guys fly through the Chromatic Sea, the whale sort of like ever watching you guys sort of swims in tandem with you. You release the beacon as it like blips to life and floats in the dead of the Chromatic Sea. As you guys begin your journey back, you all feel that sort of sense of accomplishment of doing something great.
Better get a pay raise.
When Lincoln says, "I'm getting a pay raise," Ignatius says, "Wait, you're all getting paid for this? I need to check my contract again."
Oh, son, you got ripped off.
You hear Prime 8 say, which Lincoln, you would know Prime 8 pretty well. She said, "But isn't it just enough to be able to see this?" And she's looking at the dazzling view of the Chromatic Sea.
I never thought of it that way. Life's not all about money. But the money does make it better. Yes, I know. I'll give you money when we get home.
But with that, you guys are able to successfully return to the material plane.
Everyone calls us heroes. There's
Wow.
newspaper articles.
Yeah.
There's conspiracies like how Neil Armstrong, his name.
You guys didn't actually go inside of a giant whale. It's all made up.
Well, that conspiracy with Neil Armstrong where his name is Neil A. And they're like, backwards, that spells alien.
No.
Wow.
I
Not know
hate
that.
that.
I've never heard that. That is
What's
I hate
Sylvia?
that.
Ave. Well, okay. I don't think that's going to work here.
What does Gwen do next? Does she, go on to do other things?
Oh, I think she sticks with it. It's fun and exciting, and it's like literally to go where no man has gone or whatever. So, she definitely is like ready for the next mission.
What about Ignatius?
Upon returning, Ignatius's sea legs are a little more stronger now. He stops by both his parents, somewhere in some high-rise apartment of the 10th Kingdom, says, I really am a true hero. And they say, "Yes, of course you are, son, of course you are." But he returns to the ROA to keep seeking his parents' approval and his own confidence.
Sylvia, what does Sylvia do?
Sylvia stays in the ROA, plans more trips to the Chromatic Sea, writes a letter to Ignatius' parents saying, "That boy you sent me wasn't so bad after all."
Oh.
I like to imagine that Sylvia, as the captain, had hired the other two and then just got told.
And then, what does Lincoln do?
Well, he was just contracted out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to go back to his company that he was working with before, helping them create beta designs and stuff for more mechanical things. I don't know, more mechanical things.
Do we see blueprints for a giant mechanical whale, maybe?
Oh yes. And I continue working with my contract company. I told Rolla if Fanini hit me up. Yeah, and I give my money to my parents. So they can help my brother with his medical bills.
Aww.
I keep Primate.